Hi guys, so here I am coming back to you guys with what I had promised, the review, my personal experience with the Passlabs XS300s and the Dan Momentum M400 monoblocks. Right now the amplifiers I've been playing since Friday, and today is Monday, as you know, so that's about 3 days worth of playtime. They are right where they need to be. The room, as you can imagine, it's quite toasty, to say the least. And they have been pretty much drawing about 3,200 watts right now simultaneously from the outlets. As you know, the Passlabs are 900 watts per channel as far as power consumption, and the Momentums are about 750. It's been a very interesting experience over the past 3 days because I did have a preliminary winner, what I would prefer, Friday. Then Saturday things changed a little bit. Sunday was a different outcome, and today is just, I mean, you know, it's just totally different than when I started this. What I can tell you is these are certainly some of the best amplifiers I've ever owned. And as you know, I've owned quite a few of those, quite a few amplifiers. These are at a whole new level in many ways. What I'm doing here is I am going to give you my opinion, but please just know that I'm nitpicking here, nitpicking on these amplifiers that I think do just so many things right. Okay, but I know you guys want to hear why I like a certain amplifier over the other, what I find as better, what one does better than the other. And I'm going to try to do that as best as I can, although it's no easy task by any means. Okay, so just to give you and those viewers that are new to the channel a little rundown on what I have right now. And what I have is an Render N10 music server using a full-time audio USB cable that's going into the DCS Vivaldi DAC. The DCS Vivaldi has a Nordos Odin 2 power cord connected straight into the outlet. Both monoblocks are using stock power cords. I wanted to keep things very uniform. I didn't want any advantages to go to either camp. So I wanted to keep things, you know, as even as possible. As far as the interconnects, I'm using Clear Audio Beyond Cardes from the DAC into the monoblocks. Speaker cables are Nordos Odin 1. And the speakers right now we're going to be using are the Wilson Audio Alexia 1. I'm going to try to do the focals, guys, but I don't have any help here. So I can't take the spikes off the Alexias by myself and put the wheels on. So I wanted to send this video out first. And if I get around to it, I'm going to try to do the focals to see how things are, if it's the same outcome, if it's the same feeling that I have right now. With that said, here are the main strengths that I found with the Passlabs after 3 days of playtime. Passlabs XS300s, very liquid sounding, extremely liquid sounding. It is very pure. The purity is just insane on this amplifier. It never sounds rolled off. There's no such thing as rolled off high frequencies with the XS300s. Doesn't exist. It's got a lot of bottom end control, a lot of meat on the bass. Very bold, clear vocals, an intense imaging, extremely focused after it has been playing for at least 24 hours. It doesn't happen when you first turn them on. When you first turn them on, you're going to hear a little bit of haze. They're going to be not very, I wouldn't say detailed, but they're a little vague sounding. They're somewhat congested, if you will. After they hit their stride, what happens is essentially the speakers disappear and the walls disappear. So you really have no sense of how big your room is anymore. That's what happens with the XS300s. As far as the Momentum M400s, very smooth amplifier, never fatiguing, regardless of the volume level. Very tight bass control, an incredible high frequency extension. I mean, I almost feel like the tweeter becomes like a dipole design speaker. It almost feels like the high frequencies are walking behind my ears. I mean, that's how much of an extension the Momentum 400 has on the high frequency. Incredible resolution with highs that remain very feathery and silky. So it's a very interesting balance, because usually when you have a very smooth amplifier, usually there is some loss of resolution. I've noticed that oftentimes with other amplifier brands. I believe Constellation may have been one of those. So that's something that I've noticed in the past with smooth amplifiers. That doesn't happen with the Momentum. They have a tremendous amount of smoothness, but the resolution is still there. Music has a hell of a lot of emotion. I mean, it was incredible when I first turned them on, how engaging they are. They really, really make you want to sit down, enjoy the music, and you stop thinking about what is it not doing, what is it lacking. It really, really just makes you go away from that feeling, of being too critical. You start enjoying the presentation much more. Some of the deepest soundstage I have ever heard. That I can tell you, it was incredible how deep the music sounds with the Momentum. Very, very deep. You almost feel like the wall behind the speakers is removed and it's just more like far away towards the back. Now, these are at a high level, the main key points that I picked up on the both amplifiers. Now, as far as differences, this was a very tough one. As I said, this is extremely difficult to do because they both are outstanding amplifiers from two great designers, but they present things with different character. At the end of the day, I think it's about taste. It's about what you like and dislike. And, what I have noticed as far as differences is, number one, this is a shocker to many of you, but I'm going to say it. Okay. Pass actually has more bass control than the Momentum. I feel like the bottom end, it's meatier. It has more meat, punches you in the gut, and it stays very tight. I mean, it really, really controls those woofers, in my opinion, better than the Momentum did. Now, again, it doesn't mean that the Momentum has no bass. It has a tremendous amount of bass. But it's a different tonality. It's a different character. It doesn't have the muscle that the XS300s have, which is very shocking to me because, as you know, Dan, when he worked at Krell, I mean, we all know Krell amplifiers are known for their bottom end control, right? We all know that. So for me, that was a shock. But maybe they were trying to make the Momentum sound a little more like tubes, where they have the smoothness, the mid-range, the romance, and I think they did a great job at that. But maybe that's kind of like what they wanted to do with the bottom end. One thing I can tell you is the Pass Labs is a lot more focused. After it has warmed up, it has a lot more resolution between the speakers. There's more things happening between the speakers. It's there with the Momentum, but I think it's because of the fact that it's a lot more relaxed. Your ears don't pick it up as quick. You see what I'm saying? And it's not so dead center and as obvious as it is with the Pass Labs. When you turn them both up, I feel like the Pass seems to sound more impressive and muscular, while the Momentum remains very relaxed, just like the ARC Ref 10 does. If you guys have owned the Audio Research Reference 10 preamplifier, you'll know it sounds very big, very wide, but it's very relaxed, right? That's essentially the effect of the Momentum when you crank it up. I would say this is a downfall here. The Pass Labs runs hotter, way hotter, due to 4 chassis. Also, Pass Labs takes 24 hours to really hit its stride, and not the original 10 to 12 hours that I thought. When both are cold, I would say the Momentum will immediately win. It'd be the first one that grabs your attention because it sounds more refined than a cold XS300. I mean, when I turned them on Friday, guys, it was for me personally, I thought I was done with the XS300s. I really, at that moment, I was like, yeah, it's finished, you know, but then things got even, and now they're even a lot more difficult because now the Past Labs is toe to toe with the Momentum 400s. Also, there's another thing that Past Labs does, which is it adds a little more of a 3D effect that is spooky at times. And I think that's due to the Class A design. So you're asking, so essentially, who are these amplifiers for? So I think that the Past Labs is really for the person that has a difficult speaker load. Think speakers like Magnepan, Rockport, electrostatics like the Neoliths that I had. It is also for the person that loves the purity and liquidity of Class A. It's also for those of you who have good old recordings that don't sound very good, because this amp will actually drench these recorders with its intense holographic effect that will make you sit down for hours. It almost feels like it reconstructs old music that wasn't very well recorded. The Momentum is for the person now that values smoothness, relaxed presentation at any volume level. It's also more transparent. I actually believe that the Momentum is actually more transparent than the Past Labs because on old recordings, they really didn't sound all that great through the Momentum. They almost fell apart. They almost fell flat on their face. I didn't feel like anything was happening that kept me listening to the music. Let me see what else. I'm looking at my notes. Now, I wouldn't say that the Momentum doesn't have any bottom end control. But if you're looking for an amplifier that has some of the best bottom end control for your speakers, the XS300 is the one to go to, in my opinion. It just really is. And mind you, we all know how the Alexia ones are, how difficult they are. Everyone knows about them. And what a better speaker to do this than with an Alexia one. Let me see. Now, I recommend, of course, the Momentum for the obvious choice here, the Wilson Audio speaker. I think it's an amazing match with the Wilson Audio. Dynaudio as well. I think it would sound great with Dynaudio. I'm sure it's going to sound great, very sure it's going to sound great with my Focals, but I'm not sure it would be the right amplifier for panels. I know some of you are using Momentums out there on electrostatics and Magnepans and all these panels, and I know you guys are very happy with the results. I'm not saying it's not a great combination, but if you heard the XS300 on that same speaker, I think you'll be quite shocked. I also think that another reason why I think that panels may not be the great choice for the Momentum M400s is because if you guys remember, I had the Neoliths in my room, in my living room, and I had the Momentum integrated, and I kept playing with the control knobs. I kept playing, trying to get them to sound a little more like detail, and I just failed. And I was even using wire roll platinum cables, which you guys know, it's silver cable, so it's very detailed. The resolution is there, the extension of the high frequencies is there, and it just wouldn't give me the detail that I was looking for. And so that's something else why I feel that I'm not sure if the Momentum sound signature, which is somewhat warmish, is the right match for a panel. And well, the reality here at the end of the day is that most of you would be extremely happy with either one of these amplifiers. And you know, I don't think that if you buy one or the other, you're going to be disappointed. I really just don't think there's any disappointment here to be had. It's really about the flavor, guys. It's really about the speakers you have right now at home, or where you're trying to take your system to, which level, which direction do you want to go into. That's really what it boils down to. It really becomes a matter of personal taste, personal choice. Also, quite frankly, the room, you know, if the Past Labs run too hot for you, it may not be the amplifier for you. So there's a lot of factors here. There are too many factors here to really call one a winner over the other. But I'm sure now you guys want to know which amplifier do I really prefer. And I don't know if I should say this because I know some of you want to hear it from me. Some of you guys want to, me to speak up. And that's part of the reason why I built this channel, is for you guys to hear me decide on what I would choose, given, what I know so far and what I own here. And guys, I hate to tell you guys, but I still stick to my XS300s, guys. I still believe to me, they do just more for me. As good as the M400s are, I still take my past lives XS300s over them for just the liquidity, for the grunt, for, the muscular approach, the impressive sound when you crank it up. They suck because they run hot, guys. They really do, but for me, it's just a much more impressive amplifier for what I like, right? If I didn't have the Pass Labs and I had the Momentums, I'll be in heaven. I'm not gonna lie to you. But remember, you only know how good your amplifier is right now at home. That amplifier you have at home right now, you only know how good it is until you have another amplifier next to it that you can compare it to. That's the only way you know how good it is. I don't care what you read, what you hear at home, or, how happy you are. I'm sure you're happy with what you guys have right now. But until you bring an amplifier of the same tier group as what you have, you're not going to know how good it is. And that's how I've decided the Pass Labs XS300 is more for me. It's more for what I do. Beauty, of course, is in the eye of the beholder. I believe that the Momentums are prettier. But, it is what it is. In terms of sound, I just prefer the Pass Labs approach on the XS300. So, there you have it. You got it from me. Okay, the video I promised you all. I know we didn't play any music here. Maybe I'll do that in a separate video. But I wanted to make this video about my opinion on both amplifiers and how I feel about them. Okay. Sorry it took a little longer than expected, but I just wanted to go a little deep into it and give you, my best assessment. Please subscribe. I'm going to be continuing to do more videos. I'm going to continue to add probably another amplifier in the future here shortly. For right now, the king of the hill for me is the XS300. And so everybody else that comes this way will continue to battle it until one day, like anything else, you can only be at the top for so long until somebody finally takes you down. And right now, it hasn't happened. So we will continue this journey. Please follow me. I'm gonna try to post a couple of videos later that I'm gonna record here with my crappy camera here and phone, but I'm actually looking for a microphone. I'm not sure I want to do the whole external, record it and record it and then mix it and then put it in a laptop and then edit. I'm too busy for that. I'm trying to just keep it simple for now, for you all to hear it from me, for me to give you something to look at, and hopefully it's enough to keep you engaged. And then down the road, I probably will continue. I'll probably upgrade my components, my camera, my microphones and all of that. I'll do that down the road. But for now, I think this is pretty good. Plus, I know most of you guys are watching this on your phone. So, the majority of you are probably watching this on the phone. So, it's not the best way to listen to this anyway. But so please hit that subscribe button, guys. You know that we're going to continue to do this day in, day out. I'm going to try to keep putting out at least a video a week. And hopefully you guys find it entertaining. Down the road, I may even do a live chat so you guys can come in and meet me and talk to me and ask me anything you want. Maybe things that I missed on the video. You guys can ask me and I can address those, okay? Thank you very much, guys, for the time that you take every day to watch my videos and to follow me, okay? I really, really appreciate this, and I couldn't do this without any of you. Peace.